What's going on in here?
Well, today I'm going to show you the recipe. It's another one in our crock pot. So this is an easy recipe. You can just set it on and let it cook all day. So for this one, we're going to be making French dip sandwiches. So for this recipe, you're going to need you a good chuck roast. Depending on how much you want. You know, we like to have a lot of leftover. So this is about 3.5 pound chuck roast. You're going to need a can of beef consomme, can of French onion soup, some garlic, that Worcestershire sauce.
How you pronounce it?
I can't say that one again. Okay. You're going to want you an onion and a bay leaf and then just some salt and pepper. So first we're going to get our chuck roast. You want a chuck roast because this is going to cook, I mean, you know, 10 to 12 hours for it to get really tender, but it's going to give you the most flavor. And this is just going to get...
Now, why do they call it a chuck roast instead of like a Jim roast or a John roast or something?
I don't know. Maybe that's just the name they came up with that day. So you want to get you a little bit of salt and pepper on it. Some people sear their roast. I've just not found it very beneficial to searing them and doing all that, but you definitely can.
Yeah. I think because we have it in the crock pot for so long.
Yeah.
The searing doesn't really matter.
Yeah. We get it good and tender.
Because this is going to cook 10 or 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's a good looking chunk of meat.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get you one when you're going to the store. You want to make sure you have you some good marbling in there because that's that fat that's going to really break down. I mean, you don't want a lot of fat like on the sides and stuff because you'll see some with like big chunks of fat. You just want to kind of have some of the marbling in there. All right.
It's going to his new home.
Going in the crock pot there. Okay, we got our pot roast. I'm used to making a pot roast. My goodness, French dip here. We got our roast in there.
It's almost the same.
It's very close to being the same. It's just what you do afterwards. So you're going to add your beef consomme.
Does the French onion go in now?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and add me a little bit of water because that consomme is so thick just to rinse out that leftover in there.
Can's partially opened.
I don't know why these consommes and French onion soups, they're hard to find. Kind of do the same thing with that just to get it. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, you're going to be sticker shocked when you go to buy these because these things are up to $1.89 a can now.
Oof, breaking the bank, ain't they?
Well, the roast was on sale for $4.99 a pound, so I usually do this whenever chuck roast is on sale. But this is a great way to feed a family.
Now, do you measure out your Worcestershire sauce or you just dash it?
I'll show you what I do. So, you're supposed to need a tablespoon of garlic.
We go heavy on the garlic.
Yeah, so this is my tablespoon. And then I'll do a heavy. We like a lot of this too. It says it's a tablespoon, but I always do. This is my tablespoon. So. We're actually going to do probably closer to 2 of those.
And all that juice is going to form our dip for the French dips that we're making.
So that's why it's important to flavor your broth. Because this is the dip you dip your sandwich in.
This broth is going to be delicious.
And it's so good you can just eat it like a soup. I spilled some. That's going to drive me crazy there. Okay, so we did our salt, our pepper. I usually take my spoon in here since I added that garlic and
start a little bit.
Can I get over here to you better?
Sure.
You see it now?
I see it.
So I kind of just go in there and get that garlic and stuff mixed up.
It smells good.
It smells so good, people. All right, now you're going to add you about 2 to 3 bay leaves.
Sure.
Did y'all know this? A bay leaf has no taste, like if I went to taste it. But some reason
I don't believe that. Try
I'm
it.
not going to, but
Not
don't,
really?
I've got to put this in there. But I love what bay leaves do to your, so I'm gonna do 3. To me it gives it like almost like a wine type taste or something. Boy. So now you got to remember how many bay leaves you put in, because you got to take that many out so you don't eat them. Because I have served those to people before.
Yeah, they do not chew very well.
When people pull it out of their mouth, like, oh, there's that other bay leaf.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our neat concoction there. Now we're going to slice this onion to put on top. Now,
and we will strain the onions out and kind of mix it with the meat when we make our sandwiches later.
Yeah, we'll show you all that goodness.
That'll be 10 or 12 hours from now, but for you guys, it's just a few moments. You, for one, if you would have ran your knife through a little bit, it'd cut a little better. Make sure don't use those that fall on the floor. I don't know how much you want these spread apart, I guess all the way.
That's just somewhat, so it...
And guys, I know that looks like just an insane amount of onions, but it's going to cook down so much.
Yeah.
We intentionally bought a gargantuan sweet onion.
Because like you said, we're going to strain this and separate it. So when you're making your sandwich after a while, you put you some of your onion on there. And then you'll have your ajus to dip it in.
Yeah, you'll want to strain it so that way your ajus is just pure juice. It won't be chunky or anything.
But we'll show you all that. So you will want to make sure you get you a package of some provolone and some good sub buns.
Mm-hmm.
We went to our bakery. I'll show you our sub buns, but we went to the bakery and got us some sub buns there.
Man, that's looking pretty good already. All right.
So that's all. Let's do it right now, other than you just put the lid on it and let it cook for about 10 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
So we'll check back with you in a little bit and show you how we're going to dress this sandwich up. All right, everyone, we're back. It's been cooking for about 12 hours. Look at that. See, I told you those onions would cook up real good. Got real tender meat. Now what we're going to do is actually get the meat out, and then we're going to strain it. So we got a strainer here, so we have our broth in one pot, our onions here, and then my meat here. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll be back to show you how to assemble this sandwich. Alright, we got our bread laid out here. We got us some provolone cheese. You may want some horseradish sauce. Some mayonnaise. Now we got our onions. Of course, the bread knife to cut our rolls. We got these out of the bakery, so you need to use any kind of sub rolls that you like. We're gonna get it assembled here. Woo-woo. You gonna cut up our bread?
No.
Now you do want to go ahead and preheat your oven at 375, because we're actually going to toast everything up in the oven.
Yes, we are.
So you could actually fix your roast earlier in the day and then turn it off, because you're actually going to still heat everything up in the oven when you're ready to eat.
Here's yours, boss lady.
Alright.
Woo! Oh, horseradish. Yes, I am. Now, I like the horseradish, and Sherry does not.
I'm the mayonnaise fan here. I got it better now.
good.
Alright, then now you just start laying your meat so everybody can decorate their own sandwich.
Well, this certainly looks delicious. How much meat I want to put?
Put as little or as much as you want. Do you need this?
I think so. Just a little more. Just a little more. Yummy.
That meat's just falling apart. Just shred it as you want it.
Oh, look at that.
You didn't put your onions.
I did put some
And
onions.
cheese.
Oh, I gotta put cheese. I should have put my cheese in first. What was I thinking?
Grab some onions here.
What was I thinking?
Now get your full and wrap up your sandwich. Go in the oven. Wrap it up so it kind of toasts and steams together.
And I put my initials on mine so that way you don't get confused.
We'll put them in a 375-degree oven for about 10 minutes. We'll check back.
Woo woo!
Alright, they're fresh out of the oven. They're coming.
You move that plate, baby.
You gotta get you a bowl, put you some of your ajus in there. I use a lot more than he does. He has a little bowl.
Here's mine. Let's see what yours is all about here.
Put that knife up without thinking you might cut these.
Oh,
It's right here.
I see. Ooh.
Ooh, look at that. Just makes your bread a little bit good and toasty so it will absorb some of that au jus. Ooh. So you don't necessarily need like the freshest bread for this sandwich. Look at that. Yummy. Look at that pretty presentation
Looking
there.
pretty good. So what this bad boy's all about. Oh, I smell that horseradish on this one. It certainly smells good too.
Oh man, look at that.
I know. Smell that onion on it. Mm. That is smelling quite good. And that's gonna be sandwiches for several days.
Yeah. Look at that. And you just take it, dip it in there, and you got your sandwich to eat. Well,
that sounded good.
that's delicious, folks. Make sure to try this recipe. Comment, let us know what you think. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I got my mouth full. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.